Good morning, students. How are you all? This is Mr. Muhammad with you with a new science class today. I hope you're all fine. I'm fine too. So today, as you know, we are going to start our new science class. Okay? So that would be related to plant structure and function. So today our lesson is about what are some plant parts and how do they function. Okay? And the topic is plant dissection and plant parts purposes. So let's start. So first of all, let's do some warm-up, okay? Are you ready? Let's go. So you will be having 30 seconds. You need to find out the 10 differences between the two pictures. Okay, your 30 seconds are up. Now let us see the answers. So I believe you got the correct answers. I have another one for you. So let's go. Again, you'll be having 30 seconds. Okay, time is up. So the 5 differences are and this. So I hope you got the correct answer. Already. Now, today let's talk about the objective. The objective is we need to identify the different parts of plants and the functions of these parts, okay? Today our main objective is to identify the different parts of plants. We will learn the different parts of plants and the functions of these parts as well. So let's start now. First of all, I would like to start with some general description. You already know what a plant is, what are the general parts of a plant, okay? So I'll give you a question. You need to identify what part it is, okay? Like the root, the flower, the leaves, we know that, right? So over here you can see this picture, right? So you need to identify which part is which portion, okay? So the question is, number 1 is this one. This part of the plant grows down into soil. You have 4 options. You need to select one option. Is it leaf? Is it root? Is it stem? Is it flower? Okay? So I'm sure you can get it easily. The answer is root. Okay? Because it grows down into the soil. So this is what we call root. The next question. So this part of the plant captures sunlight. You have your 4 options. Leaf, root, stem and flower. Which part of the plant captures sunlight? Very easy. That's leaf. Okay. So leaf actually captures sunlight. Alrighty. Now let's move on to the next one. So this part grows away from the ground and helps the plant keep upright. Okay. This part helps the plant keep upright. So which part helps? That's very easy. That's the stem. Okay. The stem is the one that helps the plant keep upright. All right. Now the last one. So this part of the plant attracts insects. Okay, like bees. Remember, bees make honey by taking nectar from the flowers, right? So the answer is, I actually told, the answer is flower. This part of the plant attracts insect. It actually does not only attract insect, it also attracts us as well, because we also are attracted to flowers, right? So the question over here is not appropriate. It should be this part of the plant attracts insects as well as humans, because we are also attracted to flowers. Okay, now today we are going to learn different parts, okay, the ones which you did not know till today. Okay, those were the general parts of a plant. Okay, now we will go a bit deep. What apart from apart from the leaf, apart from the root, apart from the stem and flower of a plant, there are also more parts, okay, which are also very important. You might have seen in a plant. So we will discuss each and every part of this plant, okay, of different types of parts in a plant. Okay, so the first one is over here. You can see it's thorn. So what is a thorn? Sharp pointed parts of some plants is what we call thorn. Okay, you know, the one that stings. If you touch it, you will feel it's very sharp. Okay, it might, even if you just crush into it, your hand might get pierced by the thorn and you might feel pain. Okay, so what is the purpose of the thorn? It protects a plant from being eaten by animals. Okay, it protects a plant from being eaten by animals. So sharp pointed parts of a plant is thorn. Now let's talk about another. This is what we already discussed. Flowers, it does not only attract insects, it also attracts us as well. So, and what is the main function of a flower? How does it help in a plant? Okay, it is involved in reproduction, so that plant can make new plants. Okay, so flower does not only attract insects. Its job is not to attract insects actually. So it actually helps to reproduce. Okay, so that a new plant can grow. Okay, now the next part. This is actually present in some plants, not in every plant. Okay, this is what we call a cone. So cone is involved in the reproduction of certain kind of plants. So it also has the same job like a flower. Okay, but it is not present in every plant. It is involved in the reproduction of certain kinds of plants. That is what we call cone. Okay, so these are the words that we are learning new. The thorn, cones. Okay, we'll learn more. Bark. So we know that the stem is the one that actually helps the plant stand upright, right? We just learned about it. Now the wooden part, actually the woody covering of the tree or the stem by which it is covered, okay, that's what we call the bark. Okay, it is a tree's woody covering. It protects from cold temperature. We know that the bark of any tree is very strong. Okay, and animals, not only animals, if we come and try to hit, we will feel pain. It's almost as strong as a wall, sometimes more stronger than walls in case of bigger trees, right? So how does a bark help a tree? It protects it from cold temperatures, and it also protects the tree from animal damages. Okay. All right. So now this is spine. Where do you see this spine? You can see as the picture shows, the spines are not found in every tree or in every leaf. Okay, this is actually quite similar to thorn. Okay, it is the main job of spine or thorns are actually to protect the tree. So thorns you can see mainly in cactus. Okay, the cactus tree that live in desert. Okay, so cactus usually cacti or cactus live in dry areas and have spines instead of wide flat leaves. So if you see a cactus tree, you will understand. Yeah, like in Qatar, there is actually a lot of cactus trees. Okay, so the cactus leaf, if you see, it will have lot of spines on it instead of flat leaves. Okay, so how does it help? How does the spines, instead of having spines, how does instead of having flat leaves, how does these spines help the plant? Not having flat leaves reduces water loss, because in Qatar or in any desert area, usually what happens is uh, your the spines, there is not much of water, right? So in order for these trees to survive, what happens is you need to have very less water loss. So these trees, they can survive in dry areas. Okay, so not having flat leaves reduces water loss. It also protects the cactus from other animals. Okay, so very important, spines. Now let's see another part, that is spores. Spores is like small holes. Okay, so the ferns and mosses, these are the type of plants which produces spores which are released into the air. If you can see the picture, it's an example of spores. Okay, when it hangs in a spot where conditions are right for growth, a new plant will start to grow. Okay, so spores are like tiny holes. Okay, they actually help new plants to grow. They are present in ferns and mosses, these type of plants. Now let's talk about roots. So we already know what a root is. Roots are very important for any type of plant. Roots help hold a plant in place. Very important. That's a very strong function. It helps the plant to be remaining strong so that any outside material does not drive it away. Okay, it helps hold the plant in its place. It also absorbs water and nutrients from the soil which are needed for a plant to survive and grow. Very important for any plant. The roots are like the father actually of a plant, let's say, because the roots help guide the plants. It absorbs the water required for photosynthesis. Okay, it keeps the plants firm in its place. Otherwise the plant can be easily be swept away from its place. Okay, so roots are very important. Now let's talk about leaves. We already saw so what are leaves? Leaves are usually the ones that helps the plant make its own food, and it has also another function which is to capture sunlight. Okay, it captures sunlight and use it to make food in the form of sugar. Okay, so this is the part that captures sunlight and use it to make food in the form of sugar. All right, now let's talk about stem. Stem is the one that supports leaves and help plants stay upright. So you already know these things, the roots, how it helps the plant, how the stem helps the plant, how the how the root stems, then comes the leaves. Okay, it helps the stems, helps the plant stay upright. Then your roots is the one that holds the plant. The leaves is the plant that absorbs sunlight, and it also helps the plants to make food. So these are the common parts. The ones which we have learned, that those are for special plants, like the thorns, okay, then the spines, okay, these are, and then the bark. Those are all special parts, okay, of a plant. And finally, what did we learn today? So we know that thorns are sharp pointed parts of some plants. Flowers are involved in reproduction so that plant can make new plants. Cones involved in the reproduction of certain kinds of plants. Bark is a tree's woody covering, protects it from cold temperatures and from animal damage. Spines protects the cactus from animals. Spores, when it hand in a spot where conditions are right for growth, a new plant will start to grow. Roots absorb water and nutrients from the soil, which are needed for a plant to survive and grow. Leaves capture sunlight and use it to make food in the form of sugar. Stems support leaves and help plants stay upright. Okay, so now we'll check your understanding. What have you understood? Okay, so here is the question. How are thorns on a flower and spines on a cactus similar? Think about it. Okay, so you will have 10 seconds. Both reduce water loss, right? The main function of both of them is to reduce water loss. And it also protects plants from animals. Okay. Actually, some of it is reducing water loss, like especially the the thorns help in reducing water loss, but the main function is to help the plant to be protected against animals. Okay. Now let's talk about another question. Which function do roots not perform? Absorb water from soil, anchor a plant in place, develop seed for reproduction, absorb nutrients from soil. So the answer is developing seed for reproduction. Okay, it does not perform. Okay, others it perform. The main functions of root is to absorb water from soil, anchor a plant in place, absorb nutrients from soil, but it does not develop seed for reproduction. Okay. All right then. So thank you very much for today's class. I hope you have liked it. If you have any questions, inshallah, we'll be meeting tomorrow. So let me know if you have any questions. Okay. All right then. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.